like before it gets better, and we can learn it, or we're going to be the part of the marketing department that gets downsized, I think, or repurposed. So like for us marketers who are trying to serve the church, I want to stay as sharp as humanly possible. And also just if we serve churches or businesses, the church is going to be 3 years behind whatever the business world is doing. And the people pulling the pastors along to be not 3 years behind, but 2 years behind are going to be the people on this call. Like that's what we can do is try to help the church stay on the cutting edge. And I'll be doing that with my work with Carrie too. But as much as we can help churches stay on the cutting edge, because they've got, like when I think about the campus teams at Life Church, they hardly have to use their computers. Obviously they do, but like most of their work is people work. And that's not AI heavy, but AI can help supplement it. And I want to figure out how we can help those pastors do that in maybe a more serious way, which Rock, you're probably already deep in the throes of that. Like, how do we help our churches stay on the cutting edge?
We're trying to, bro. I don't know. Yeah, we're trying to figure out what we could build or do that would help. But yeah, we haven't figured it out yet. So yeah, I'm with you, man, trying to figure it out.
Yep. Yeah. It's good. That's what we're all doing. But yeah. David Rhodes, you got anything? I just like calling people out on these calls.
No, you're good. I don't know. As you're talking about Claude and the new model, I think one of the things that I struggle with is what's worth switching to using a different model or not, because there's a certain level, like I'm pretty heavily into just using OpenAI, ChatGPT, and I've got my system down for using that well. And every couple of months, whether it's Claude or ChatGPT or Gemini, right, something new comes out and it has some new capability or does this task better. Where's your philosophy on when is it worth, I'm going to jump ship and try to use something else versus just having an established workflow so you don't spend too much time in okay, now I have to learn this new system or switch to this program versus just getting your work done with what's there? How much of a jump is worth it?
That's an excellent question. I still use both. So like most of my writing tasks are still in ChatGPT because I've got a 9-month-long thread of gut health newsletters that I write for my gut health client. and I just use that same thread and it keeps all the context, which is great. Honestly, man, what I've been using Claude for is almost like all building and systems. It's none of the writing, which is what like AI started for me. Was like the primary use case for AI was content for the first bunch of years. So if you're just going to use it for content, stay where you're at. But if there is an answer to the question of what is a software size hole that AI could solve in my life, what is a software size problem, that's where I'd recommend jumping. And Claude Codex 5.3 is good, or sorry, OpenAI Codex 5.3 is good. But like my friends who are way deeper in this than I am, they're like, Opus 4.6 is great. When I run out of credits, I go to Codex and it works, but it's not as good. So it looks like Rock, you agree with that. I don't know. But so if you're just using it for content, man, don't switch. It's not worth doing all that work. But there are new use cases that like the agentic side of AI is a whole new world that I found exploring Claude was worth it, because I was like an anti-Claude guy forever. I was like, OpenAI is great. It's not. Yeah. So what are you using it for primarily?
Mostly thinking partner writing and nothing tremendous.
Yeah.
Occasionally I'll have it write me a script for something, but
yeah. What do you do? What's your organization? What's your title?
I am, as of this week, the director of operations for Inner Life Ministries. I've come from insurance operations before that. So right now I'm just in support raising, but long term I'll have some systems and processes to improve, some dashboards to create, some of that kind of stuff.
Love that. Yeah. As those come about, just be thinking like, do I need to go enterprise or can I create this personally? And we're trying, but I love that, man. Glad you're in the group.
Hey, Dylan, I have a question for you.